Tell me when I'm telling lies.
We are Wrestling with Weed, the podcast.
Turn it up.
CM Punk. CM Punk. My boy Punk is back in WWE. Welcome to Wrestling with Weed, the podcast. It's another episode, and this episode is dedicated to CM Punk coming back to WWE. I can't believe it. What do you think?
Couldn't believe it when I seen it either. I was watching live, surprisingly. Well, and that was the only reason. I mean, I knew it was going to be Survivor Series. It's one of the main shows of WWE. But it was in Chicago. There was rumors that Punk might return. There was a lot of doubts, too, because a lot of people were saying that there was just too much drama. They didn't want him. But
Punk is a money maker, boy. Needle mover.
right at the end, after the win by Cody Rhodes' team, the end trademark popped in the corner.
When I seen that, I go, oh, it's over with.
They're zooming out for the final shot, and then all of a sudden you hear the static hit twice. You hear the first chords of Cult of Personality play, and you see the entire crowd jump up and rejoice.
Well, not the entire crowd, but
I think
most
it's
of
the whole
them.
crowd. I don't know what you're
Y'all go back and watch that and look at it. It ain't the whole crowd, but it was a lot of people, though.
One or two, a couple of haters, but
Yeah,
for a
shit.
majority, you see a wave of arms and people come up. You hear an audible difference, a roar coming from the crowd. That they call that a pop. It was amazing. I didn't believe it. My jaw hit the floor when I heard the music. I didn't believe it until I saw him come out, and I seen him come out looking 10 years younger, looking like he's ready to have a run for probably his best run in his career.
Maybe a good 5 years, 6 years. I heard he signed for a
He signed for a 3-year deal as well.
3-year deal?
3-year
He said
deal.
several, but maybe you're right. Maybe a 3-year deal. So say he does 5 years. That's great for me. Shit. How old would he be? Like almost 50. How old is he now?
Did you think that he was going to come back? Did you believe? I mean, we both had the opportunity to go. We were talking about it for the full week.
I was cheap on that one because I was like, man, I ain't gonna spend $150 and then go see Randy Orton. Fuck Randy Orton. I mean, I love
seats.
Hell yeah, I love Randy Orton, but not to pay no $150 to go see him. You know,
but
that just shows you right there the power of fucking.
We decided
Punk.
not to go, but we were both very disappointed when we realized that at the end we would have been probably the loudest ones there cheering. CM Punk right now is 45 years old.
45. So you figure he got a say 5-year deal. Say he'll be done when he's 50. But the way he wrestles, he could still wrestle till he's 50 because he's not like, oh my god, super athletic dude running in the ring. He's more technical, if anything. He came out with that Daniel Bryan white T-shirt.
By comparison, Randy Orton right now is 43 years old. Cody Rhodes is 38. So, I mean, no one's really like these top stars. None of them are young bucks no more. Pun intended. So that's another thing we're feeling kind of depressed about. We are both AEW fans from the beginning, but we became mainstays when Punk joined AEW. We decided to go to every freaking show we could, every pay-per-view, which was a lot in Chicago.
Hell yeah.
And we were main supporters. I know I have like at least 5 different AEW CM Punk shirts.
At least.
The
only one we don't got is that first one that they had that day that he came out, where the white and with the black. We got it, but we got it without the I was there in the back. You know.
So it's kind of a little depressing now. Where do you see AEW?
I've seen that dude
here?
somewhere before. That dude that's hugging on Punk, but it was kind of lackluster because I wanted him to talk, but I guess he couldn't because Seth Rollins was there crying and swearing at him, and like, is it that serious? Don't get mad because Punk shows up for 10 seconds and is more over than you've been here for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? It's just Punk. It's just, and it's not just all people are gonna say, oh, he's just over in Chicago and that's it. No, he's over in everywhere he goes. Because when AEW used to travel, every arena in this fucking country was yelling AEW. Even Wembley was chanting CM Punk.
You really didn't start seeing the empty crowd seats from AEW until Punk was gone.
So they suspended him or something, you know?
So
they suspended him or fired him? I don't remember.
Oh, well, eventually he was suspended at first, but eventually he was fired. So, like I mentioned before, where do you see AEW going? Do you think they're even going to be a viable competitor now?
The only thing, like I said before, that maybe they should move into smaller arenas, but AEW, this is probably this is a nail in the coffin right here, boys. Because who else can they get to come to AEW and is more over than Punk, which is nobody. You got Daniel Bryan. You got, even if Randy Orton went over there, even if Seth Rollins went over there, no one's going to get that needle mover like how Punk is. Not even Roman Reigns. And to tell you the truth, name another wrestler.
If Roman Reigns showed up in AEW, let me just tell you, that'll be a fucking...
I think they'll boom.
That would have been a big splash.
But that ain't...
But we were mentioning before how Randy Orton did return today. But no one's fucking... I mean, a couple people bring it up only because he looks like he's like the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, he's swole jacked.
But
big as hell.
The main story and the main headlines are CM Punk. We're watching the press conference right now. He gets Triple H gets asked about maybe like 4 or 5 questions.
I don't know why Triple H tried to like be like Dana White. Yeah.
With a piece of paper.
A little piece of paper, his little glasses. Dana White don't use glasses. He says he does contacts because glasses make people look weak. So he uses contacts, you know. That's what he said, you know.
Well, let him tell that to Triple H.
I don't know. They're probably both the same size. Triple H got a heart problem.
Domes, 2 big old domes.
All them roids, boy. But yeah.
So, unfortunately, I feel like that would, like you said, I don't know about the nail in the coffin. That means that's kind of like they're dead. But they're on life support right now. They were already getting some small turnouts.
They're never going to run out of business because dude's a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? The only way is just that there's going to be a second-rate company. They're never going to be able to compete with WWE.
Billionaire, I mean, no matter how much money you have, if your business is not making money, there's no profit, there's no sense in running it. Eventually, his dad will step in and say, yo, we're losing money. I know you want to do your little fantasy wrestling league over here with your friends, but...
But it all depends, because from what I've heard is that his father was like, bro, I don't want to wait for me to die to give you this money, so I'm giving you the money now. So he's already a billionaire, you know what I'm saying? So just out of spite, he's like, you know what, even if I got to put money into my own company, which he's probably doing right now, he's like, I just want to compete with WWE at some point. And they'll probably try to do it. But who else can they sign? Like, I love Ospreay. That was a great signing. He could potentially be a great superstar.
I guess if you're in Tony Khan's shoes, you kind of look at it like, all right, we let go of CM Punk, but we took your edge. You know, I mean, it's kind of...
Not that. He should be looking at the Young Bucks like, this is the guy you want me to fire? And look what he's doing over here. You know?
Well, I meant like Adam Copeland.
But just depending on how that situation went down, if the Bucks really had a say on to either fire Punk or not fire Punk, you know? Maybe it was just Tony Khan by himself, but I doubt it though. You know, I think they had an influence on him. Maybe Omega too.
Tony Khan came out and said, "I feared for my life, and I had to fire him." I think there was probably an episode where Punk fucking probably snapped and got up in his face and scared the shit out of Tony Khan. And Tony was like, "All right,"
because you know Tony's not about that life. You know that.
So right now we got Punk in WWE. We got a lot of possible storylines.
I'm going to put that video of Punk coming out with the brand new 2023 Range Rover. So he's getting that WWE money. And he still stops, signs for fans, talks to fans, tell them that he loves them. What other superstar does that?
They do that a lot in WWE. You see that?
Who does?
No, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. You see
one fan. He's not driving through the crowd.
No. They all stop and do it after the shows. Like other people.
I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get out, and these guys won't let him out. So he's got to say what's up to him. And he was signing autographs. I mean, they probably do it. But the way Punk does
what do you think? What do you think Punk's gonna do right now? You think he's gonna start making a scene?
But the way Punk does
Get away from me!
But the way Punk does it seems more natural. You know what I mean? Like when I see John Cena doing it and Randy Orton doing it and Cody, I feel like it's more forced. Like, oh yeah, man, I want to do this so they can see me on camera. Punk is just trying to live his life. You can see him in the car.
I'll give his due. Cody Rhodes is pretty genuine. I've seen a lot of clips of him going out of the stadium, people like I guess there's like areas where fans can like wait, and like there'll be like fans with like Cody Rhodes signs, and you'll see him coming out with like a couple security guards just to like shake hands, sign the pictures, and take sign the autograph and take some pictures. I think it's pretty cool. I'll give him his. I don't want to see him like we're just on Punk's dick.
Yeah, but let me tell you this. Well, I'm on.
Go ahead, say it. Put a picture of that.
But let me tell you something. Like Punk is doing this. I think he got
wrestling with weed.
But listen to me, right? Like, I don't think that Punk is doing this for the money, which I know he's getting paid mad money by WWE, but he's really doing it because he wants to do it. You know what I'm saying?
And they mentioned it in the press conference too. I feel like he's got a chip on his shoulder now. He wants something. He's got an enemy, and he probably taking it as personally to probably put AEW
out of business. Yo. Just because of what they did, and I don't think it'll be that hard.
It won't be that hard, but it'll be something to experience. I mean, because you got a master on the mic, and he's got something to say. Who knows? Maybe WWE told him like, "Yo, you can't come in and start causing a bunch of shit." You know, you got to come in here and just be fucking CM Punk and be.
Maybe the new WWE, yeah. But if Vince McMahon was right there, he'd be like, you know what, bury these niggas.
Vince McMahon would have told him to come out with that belt with the.
We don't know what's gonna happen Monday.
Nah, I think like you said, the TKO company, they're
probably friends with the Khans. Khans got so much
that's
bread.
That's the reason why. That's my point. Is now Vince, like you said, Vince would have had him do it, but under this new regime and ownership, I think they're going to be a lot more PG by the book. They want to keep business relationships friendly. They don't want to cause too much of a ruckus. They just want to make money, which is what should have been the case for AEW.
Well, what I really would be dope would be a crossover event. You know what I'm saying? Like AEW and WWE. Like if TKO really running it, that would be dope as hell. You know what I'm saying? But it all depends, because it's like, who are you gonna put over? Like, you bring WWE guys in to wrestle your guys, you're gonna want some of your guys to go over. Which guys are gonna go over? Which guys are not gonna go over? You know what I mean? It's like, you really can't put. If they were to do something like that, you really can't put like AEW champ against a WWE champ, because. Which one's not going to go over?
No, and that's not what it would be either. It would be like a cross-promotional show, but they would probably come to agreement, like, you know, you will have Roman on your show, but he ain't losing. But we'll give you a WWE star that can fight MJF, and MJF can beat that guy, you know? That kind of thing.
Exactly.
Of course, that's not what people want to see. They want to see champ versus champ, but politics and BS.
Maybe eventually you could get there, but I don't think so. What if the TKOs, like, that organization is like, you know what, Tony Khan, you're ruining this. Let me go buy this. You know what I'm saying? And then you could do that cross promotion, dope as hell. That's the only way I see it ever happen like that.
Well, eventually, unfortunately, like we said, if AEW does close up shop and eventually fold, there's going to be a lot of wrestlers on the market, and you're going to see it'd be like another kind of invasion kind of thing that they get a second chance to run.
Yeah, maybe run it better.
AEW guys, yep.
Run it better than a cokehead Vince McMahon was doing back then.
Just killing all the WCW guys.
I want to squash them all.
Booker who?
Yup. Who's that? Have fucking this guy just humiliate him. The Rock, like, who are you?
Fucking bring Ric Flair in as a GM, and who else was like DDP as a stalker?
Like, what was that? That didn't go nowhere. And then he just got fired, deleted. But so what you say about the Seth Rollins? You think that's a shoot? The way he was swearing
at first I thought it was, because there was a clip on the internet where Seth Rollins was talking a lot of smack about CM Punk to Nick Hausman, and I believe that was real at the time, because at that time CM Punk had nothing to do with WWE. I think he had just gotten suspended or released from AEW. So Seth Rollins pretty much came out and said, I don't want nothing to do with him. Stay away from WWE. I think he's a cancer. I don't like him. He's a jerk. So that kind of made me believe, when we saw all the videos of Seth Rollins going crazy on ringside, and there's a cell phone
Pass
video.
That blunt.
There's a cell phone video of him fucking flipping them off and saying, fuck you.
Yup, yeah, like Seth Rollins, from what I hear, I don't know Seth Rollins, but from what I hear, he's a real straight by the books wrestler. He doesn't narrow off his path or whatever he's doing, his gimmick. And you could kind of tell that. And he doesn't really, he's real PG. He wouldn't be swearing. and going crazy. Not even for a camera. Who was he doing it for? Because
it wasn't on WWE.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So who was he doing it for?
I think he was to work. I think that's the genius
half
of
and
WWE.
Half, maybe. Half and
they
half.
know that they don't have to fucking put that out on camera. That they know that people, if he makes enough of a reaction, that everyone has a cell phone camera. Everyone on that front row has a cell phone camera, and those cost so much money that those people probably have a big following on social media.
Yep.
So they know that boom, and that's how a lot of I see on Twitter. A lot of those wrestling websites reposted this one chick. Her name is Alicia on Twitter. Her video.
Shout out to Alicia.
Of her video on Twitter of Seth exploding, and I think WWE knew that. I think they're smart enough to know that. And
they don't got to do that legwork.
Because it would look fucking forced and fixed if they put it on their cameras. If they had a cameraman
but he
right in Seth's face and Seth is flicking off and swearing when he's not supposed to do that, and they're a PG product, they know that they can't do that.
When he was sitting down, like they gave him the belt and he sat down on the stairs going like on the left-hand side, it's probably the left-hand side of the ring, he looked pissed off. Like he was sitting right there and he was looking at the crowd and like normally he's like joking with the crowd and he was just like, man, forget this guy. I don't want this guy here.
This girl looks like the girl in the match versus...
What was her name? Shout out to whoever wrestled Rhea Ripley on Survivor Series 2023 because she got down. I forgot her name, but she got down. And if it wasn't for like, I mean, I guess you can't put her over like that, but she had a good match and she was way smaller than her.
Zoe Stark.
Shout out Zoe Starks. She had a good match. That was dope. Is she NXT or she's on the main roster?
She's main roster now, but I guess she's barely just called up because I don't even.
And they give her a title shot already because they got no one else to feed to.
Well, they got a lot of guys on there right now. Unfortunately, I'm not the most keen to WWE. I've been falling.
I have not watched WWE at all. The only time I watched was when the Bloodlines or I watched like highlights.
I watched the big paper. I watched Rumble and Mania.
Yeah, we do that.
Slam,
yeah,
Survivor Series.
Most of the pay-per-views I'll watch, but it's just like. I can't sit there and watch a Raw.
So today I watched the whole pay-per-view, and I even watched the SmackDown before because I was seeing again because of one nigga, CM Punk. And I watched a lot of these people, and I was like, man, I don't know who these people are. Grayson Waller, this Zoe Stark girl. They got these.
Hey, I know who Zoe Stark is now.
They got these two dudes.
Zoe Stark.
They're called Pretty Deadly. They come out in these pink tights and like these pink jackets where they're like it's only the sleeves and
we gotta put a picture of.
They'll come
Pretty
up.
Deadly.
Yeah, I'll show you. You'll see them up. I don't know where they came from, what they're doing, or why they're over.
Are they good?
They're up there making their money.
Are they really over, or are they piping in that shit?
Over as in they're on TV every week. But yeah, unfortunately,
Santino Morales was on TV every week, and it was not over. I hated that dude.
Here's the picture of these guys.
They got a manager? That looks like Fandango.
No, that's not. They don't have the manager when they were called up, but they come out with this little...
they ditched her. That's bogus.
They come out with this gimmick. I just don't know who these people are, so I got to get reacquainted with today's roster.
Well, I really don't have to get reacquainted to the roster. I just want to get reacquainted to CM Punk beating the shit out of everybody or does whatever he does. Because, like me, I ain't gonna lie. AEW, when we used to watch Punk, yeah, it was enjoyable. The whole show was. But I'm gonna tell you right now that CM Punk is gonna be the highlight of every show that they got. And then after that, it's gonna be like, damn, what are we watching this for? We already seen who we want to see. You know, it all depends, I guess. So
who do you want? I mean, we talked about Seth Rollins already, but who do you want to see Punk face off with against WWE? Not even in order, or not even who though. Who
he's gonna have to go after Cody. You know what I'm saying? Because that would be a great. Because I don't think they ever fought in AEW, right? I don't think they did.
No, they didn't.
They didn't have no program
left,
together.
Like right after Punk debuted.
Damn, that he's been gone for 2 years already, right? Mm-hmm. This is gonna be his second WrestleMania. No, third WrestleMania.
The first one he came out and surprise versus Seth Rollins.
That was a good one too. That was a good surprise too.
And then last year he fought Roman Reigns and lost.
It was so dope when he did that because we heard that song so many times in AEW.
That was cool,
and we're right in front of him, and then we see him show up on
the logo was the same, the music was the same.
That had some like Monday Night Wars feeling.
Even though that whole little wrestling has more than one, that was a dig at WWE. Because they only wanted to consider to be like one. They didn't. I don't think that what he thought was. I don't think he didn't feel like WWE they considered the Rhodes as a royal family enough. But Cody wanted to go out and prove that he could,
and he did.
And he did. And like
he made a whole company
that song, and the whole crowd.
And he probably got Punk into AEW. What do you think about that? You don't think he got Punk into AEW or had some sort of like?
Punk was wanting to get into wrestling again.
Yeah, but he probably
knew that he couldn't do it with WWE.
Well, apparently he can because he just showed up. Man, you know?
Well, here's the thing too.
Because WWE didn't know his worth.
WWE seen what he did for that company. He all of a sudden that company was creeping on WWE.
My gut feeling of this whole situation, I was hoping that he showed back up in AEW because that would have been awesome.
We both wanted him to be the devil.
Yeah, but my gut feeling was like if all that was real against him and Tony Khan and everybody, you knew he was going back to WWE. And maybe he had to bite his tongue on certain things, which maybe he did and maybe he didn't. But he was going back regardless. And the way that you see Triple H running the organization now, straight about getting reactions, getting viewers, getting money. You know what I mean? It's a whole different thing. It's just business.
You watch the press conference and everyone's same reaction. They asked Cody about it. They asked Triple H about it. The guy moves the needle. He puts butts in seats. He has people talking. And
I want you to name 2 wrestlers that are more over than Punk.
Roman Reigns is probably the top wrestler in the game.
That's it. Who else? And this nigga's been gone for 7 years. And Roman Reigns had to put in work for I don't know how long. How many fucking WrestleMania main events he had with Brock Lesnar? 5, 6? And I'm pretty sure it's not
Brock
a day.
Lesnar is a bigger name, I think. I feel like than CM
Probably.
Punk.
Not bigger than CM Punk. Wrestling business? No.
Yes.
Wrestling business? No.
Brock Lesnar goes back to the wrestling business. He put his roots in. You could consider him like, I know he was the whole UFC star and everything, but
So you're saying that if Brock Lesnar shows up in AEW, but where is he from? Minneapolis? Mm-hmm. So in Minneapolis,
so what you're saying is who would get the biggest crowd reaction?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
that's where the money's coming from.
Well, if they're not in that city every week.
I know that, but if you're not getting a crowd reaction, you're not getting no money.
No, but Brock Lesnar's a big enough star that if he went to AEW, he's bringing big news stations would put that as a story. Like ESPN would report that.
Well, ESPN did report Punk.
I know, but that's exactly what I'm saying. If Brock Lesnar were to go to AEW, they would definitely report it. What I'm saying is Brock Lesnar is a big star. I think just a little bit bigger than CM Punk.
All right,
but I'm having trouble finding anyone else.
So you got 2. You got Roman Reigns and you got a part-time Brock Lesnar that been in the game since 2000. So of course he better be over.
Yeah, that's my point. That's my
point. 23 years.
Well, so is CM Punk.
Well, not in WWE. 18 years.
Yeah, I mean, because before you would say like Undertaker, he's not wrestling no more. You would say Triple H.
He's not.
You can't say The Rock because he's not.
He's not a wrestler.
He hasn't wrestled since that WrestleMania match versus John Cena.
He's not a wrestler.
Even though they're saying he might come back for 40.
Well, we're definitely going to WrestleMania, and I see they probably went up like $100. The ones I seen were like $625. So we gotta grab them before they're like $1,000.
Because could you imagine like if they announced like a fucking Punk versus Austin match, and then boom, all of a sudden.
Well, I think they're gonna get really expensive.
If Rock appears and.
But I think they'll really get expensive after Rumble. You know, but they're still gonna get expensive. We still gotta get them now. But I think after Rumble, that's when they're gonna.
It up. What happens at WrestleMania? And what happens at who wins the Royal Rumble? Because we know already WWE has been doing this Cody finish the story for 2 fucking years. And if they don't pay that off, that's going to be a complete waste of time. I think WrestleMania 40 is locked Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, it has to be.
So then...
But we don't know because they said that Punk...
So then you feel like...
But I feel like he should get the title shot. And he should win it. You know what I'm saying?
There are 2 nights to WrestleMania, so who knows? Maybe
if they make Cody win it this first night
and then fight
that's
someone
bogus.
else the second.
He has to win it the last night, Sunday.
Oh no, they make him win it the first night and then they make him lose it the second
Punk
night.
the next night. That would be terrible. They don't know. They
like,
don't
look,
give a
we
fuck.
promised you we'd give you that WrestleMania win, and we got it for you, bud.
But you got to give it back to Punk.
The next day.
You know, because Punk's I don't
see Punk. I see Punk going after that world heavyweight title that Seth Rollins got. I don't think that company promised CM Punk a world title shot. I think they promised him Austin at WrestleMania. I think that lured him back enough.
We're gonna bet right now. All right, an ounce of weed. All right, that Punk gets that WWE Universal Heavyweight or whatever the hell.
The one Roman has.
Yep,
you
Roman's
think he's
belt.
Gonna get that?
Not at WrestleMania, but eventually he's gonna get it before his run's over.
It's a long way to remember.
Hey, we'll know because when he wins it, I'm gonna look dead at you. I'll be like, "Where's that ounce at?" Because I need it, bro. And we got it on tape.
So Royal Rumble then. Who do you think are our winners for Royal Rumble?
I guess what do you mean?
Because if you're like,
it's got to be Cody.
Isn't
that's
that
how the story
like,
got to start.
So you're gonna waste the whole Rumble?
You got to
knowing
because
that guy's won already.
Because that's gonna be his WrestleMania, so he has to win it like that. I say he does, but who knows? They might,
Well, remember now they're doing this whole the winner of the Royal Rumble gets to pick whichever world title they want.
Yeah.
So the winner could pick the Seth Rollins world title, and then that leaves Roman open for him and Cody, which everyone knew was going to happen anyway.
I think that Punk's going to get into a program with Seth Rollins.
Well, that's
his
obvious.
first. No,
that's
going to be his first one. So if that's his first program, by the time WrestleMania comes around,
months we got we're pretty much over with November, so we got December,
January, February, March, April.
5 months, 5 pay-per-views.
Yeah. So you figure they're not gonna drag Seth Rollins and CM Punk rivalry through 5 pay-per-views to get them to WrestleMania for the belt.
No, that's why I think they're gonna for it's WrestleMania 40. It's the biggest show period, but it's the 40th one. I think they're gonna bring in all the stops, especially now that Triple H and TKO shown that they're all about business as opposed to personal vendettas. They got to bring in Austin, who's in still great shape and can go definitely one more match. Rock, who's always ready to go. I feel like those 2 names are coming to Mania. I feel like it's gonna be Punk versus Austin at Mania.
And then who's the Rock gonna face? Fucking the Tribal Chief, and not give my boy Cody the. Maybe he comes in as the referee.
No.
That would be dope.
So Cody versus Roman night 1, and then Roman loses, and he's got nothing to do. He comes out the next night, and I feel like you hear that Rock music cue, and then all of a sudden we get the Rock versus Roman. No, for no title, just for head of the table.
Oh, after he loses to Cody. That sounds pretty dope, But
Punk will come out the next night. Roman will come out the next night saying that he's still ahead of the table.
In our other video, you told me that it was Adam Cole that this guy was looking at his baby. Swerve, but it was Adam Page.
It was Adam Page.
Yeah, and you were like, yeah, Adam Cole. And I was like, yeah, Adam Cole. And I was listening to the video, and I was like, we both said Adam Cole.
Did we?
Yeah.
It was Adam Page.
Yeah, but...
Adam!
But Punk... I don't know. I think that even though he whatever got into it with Tony Khan should be happy that Punk wasn't signed by WWE when he was on that stupid WWE show, Bump It Up. And Fox was telling WWE, hey, sign this guy.
Bump It Up.
Because, their views, what is it called? Bump
it's
or
not
something?
No, there is a show called The Bump, but he wasn't on that one.
Well, the WWE one.
Yeah, you talking about that Fox episode where they hired Punk?
Yeah, what was that show called?
It was with him, Paige, Adam Cole,
everybody that's in AEW now.
I forget what it's called, but The Bump is something else.
Well, it was something, and he showed up, and they realized how the viewership skyrocketed when they said that Punk was showing up, and he was there, and they're like, hey, you better sign this guy and do it. And they're like, nah, we're not going to do it. We don't get along with him. He's not good business. And then he goes to AEW, and I think when we just watched it right now when he debuted in AEW, I bet you Triple H and Vince McMahon were both watching it. And we're like, damn. Look what this
Triple
guy
H
did.
for sure. He's running the thing.
Yeah, but back then, that was 3 years ago.
Oh, you're talking about Punk.
Yeah,
you're talking about Punk in AEW.
Yeah, when he debuted in AEW.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty sure Triple H and Vince McMahon watched that. Maybe not together, but they both watched it and were like, damn, this guy, he's still over. You know what I'm saying?
They seen the needle move. They seen all of a sudden AEW went from Hoffman Estates to the United Center.
Yo, went to low grade to right next to WWE. You know what I'm saying?
AEW whooped NXT on Tuesdays, or what was it, Wednesdays or Tuesdays or whatever.
But you know what it was?
Wednesdays, and then NXT moved to Tuesdays.
But you know what it was? Like, Punk can only do so much. So when Punk came into AEW, he boosted AEW, right? So you boost AEW, so then what's supposed to happen? AEW got to pick up that ball that he gave you and run with it. But all their storylines and all their whoever they want to put over, and they're putting over these guys that should still be in the indies. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I just feel like AEW dropped the ball with Punk. Because as soon as they had him on a good note and they had the ratings going up and they were going 1 million views, they never had 1 million views until Punk came. You know what I'm saying? And then Punk comes, gets that 1 million views, and then their storylines it's like, all right, cool. We go to a bar, right? Say we go to the bar because you want to see this one girl. So that one girl brings all these guys to the bar, and there's a bunch of other girls there. Keep them guys at the bar. It's like AEW will come and see Punk, and then the rest of the storylines are like, we don't really want to watch the rest of this. You know, like, I could care less. Like, when Punk showed up and Rampage, and that was it. He left, he talked, whatever. I want to leave already. Because I was like, what am I staying here for? I want to see, I came here for Punk. I'm going to see Jon Moxley bleed for like the 300th time today. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. Well, we got to see what WWE does do. You know what I'm saying?
I thought of this scenario too. So Tony Khan made this company with the Bucks. Say what you will about him. He started this venture with these two boys. And they consider each other boys. That's like if...
Well, it's basically like he's a mark.
You and Donnie opened up a wrestling company.
It's not like that because we know each other forever. He just met these guys.
Oh, just follow me here.
But how you
But he was with them way before Punk. He started this company with them.
But
he's a lot more with them than CM Punk. So that's just saying.
He met him
if me, you, and Donnie fucking made a wrestling company, and we brought in some new guy. Okay, so you don't have to know him for long. Some new guy from softball. Give me a name. I brought in
Tommy.
Who's Tommy?
From
softball. I'm saying like from softball.
Oh, I don't know.
So he brought
Eddie.
So we bring in Eddie all of a sudden, and Eddie wants to do all this changing and whatnot. So me as Tony Khan, am I supposed to go with you and Donnie, who've been my boys, or this new guy that we just brought in? You know,
well, I'm about money. So, hey, guys, you guys don't draw money. He draws money. So we got to work something out. And if you're not about business, apparently AEW is not. Because they wouldn't have fired Punk.
And then, I tell you that, you'd be like, fucking Martin. That's a Martin move right there. I'll tell you that shit.
But that's the money move, you know? Like, if he was really running a business, he would have been like, you know what? I'm going to go with this guy, and you guys got to relax, dog. I already got VPs. You already run a company. This guy draws money, so we got to find a way to work it out.
Did you hear that little VP mark?
Cody did. He goes, I'm just doing my VP thing, and everybody started laughing. Yeah. Cody looks fake as hell. From right there, it looked like he had makeup on. He had fake teeth on. I was like, what's going on, Cody? Like, everybody looks better in WWE, because Cody didn't look like that in AEW.
So how to wrap up the CM Punk episode?
CM Punk's back, WWE. I'm going to be watching Raw, you know what I mean, on a regular basis now. I don't know if they're going to put him on... I don't think they'll put him on SmackDown, because SmackDown's moving, no?
That's SmackDown's Roman, if they're going to keep him and Roman apart for a while. SmackDown's
they got to keep him on Raw.
After 2024, I believe.
After 2024 or next month?
I think they have one more year of Fox.
All right, so say he's right there. I'm pretty sure Fox wants him.
Oh, I'm sure.
So they're going to be like, you know what, bro? You got to send Roman to Raw and bring my boy over here.
Well, or he'll be on SmackDown a couple.
He might be on both of them.
But I don't think like him and Roman are going to touch each other for a while.
They might bump into each other and look at each other like, and then just boom, you know? That's the little seed or whatever, you know? I'm a CM Punk fan. Everybody that was booing him, now you guys are cheering him. Shit, that's crazy. Can't believe this dude's in WWE.
We were just at the Thanksgiving AEW episode, and Winchester Arena in the heart of downtown Chicago, and there were some CM Punk chants, and the people started booing. Survivor Series throughout the whole pay-per-view, there were CM Punk chants. People started booing. That music hit. I didn't hear one fucking boo.
Yup. Well, some of them were just sitting down, but it's not like when we were there. Why does Charlotte Flair look like that?
I told you, everyone looks better. And
my boy Becky Lynch looks like she's all sweaty, and Charlotte's all makeup out. Becky Lynch is like, I don't care. All right, we're gonna wrap up this episode of Wrestling with Weed, and it was dedicated to my boy CM Punk. Maybe one day we get him on here. Now we're never gonna get him.
Now he's a WWE superstar now.
Yup. He's like, yeah, I'll do it for you, $1,000.
Hey, Punk, remember we put that first episode out. What was it, like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? So before when you were unemployed.
Yup, we were going for you. We're always going for you, Punk. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, you gotta watch this show that's on Stars called Heels. Have you ever watched it?
I heard of it.
I thought it was
Stephen Amell.
Yeah, I thought it was. That's that dude that's supposed to fight Cody Rhodes.
He did fight Cody Rhodes. The first All In.
Like that show, I thought it was gonna be terrible, and Punk's in there.
Yeah, I heard.
Punk's just in there. Punk's in there only the 2 episodes, the first season, but the second season he's in the whole season. Him and AJ Lee.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I was saying Punk came back to wrestling.
So you think AJ's coming back to WWE?
Most likely. You see how shredded she was? They showed a picture and she was all shredded. But look at this, though. Punk came back to WWE and did whatever he had to do to come back to Triple H and squash all their beef. He didn't have to do that. He could have went back and making these shows.
You don't think so?
I don't think
that
so.
Maybe he realized that he didn't have nothing else to do?
But I'm saying, though, you're a millionaire. You don't really need to do all this.
I'm thinking about it. They came out with a report, TNA, that they said that they were real close. That
they offered him a lot of money.
They had a good contract out on the table. And of course, it wasn't nothing close to what WWE could provide, but for them,
do you think that he could have persuaded TKO and this guy to be like, all right, cool, you can sign with WWE, but you could show up somewhere else?
I could. I mean, who knows? I can't.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because you don't see that anywhere with anybody else.
Well, you do see it with AEW.
Oh, I'm talking about, and you don't see no WWE.
Oh no, but he's not like everybody else, though. You know what I mean? He's a needle mover. Remember that. But you never know. That would be dope. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I guess that's it. Watch Heels, Stars. That's a great show. Punk's like...
after this episode.
Yeah, he's Rabid Randy or something like that, man. But, yeah, we out. Remember to like, subscribe, and message me at WWE... No, what was it? WWE. What was it?
Wrestling with Weed. WWE.
No. Yeah, WWE. Yeah. No, but message me at Wrestling with Weed at google.com if you subscribed, and let me know. I'll give you a free shirt, 2 free shirts. So just let me know. Message me, email me. Let me know what size you need and for where I have to send it.
Shout out to those fans you gave those shirts to, right?
Yo, shout them out. Yo, oh yeah, shout out to my fans. I met a couple that was pretty cool. Couple of people. And shout out to you guys if you're listening to us. You can message us, get them free shirts, Get a free AEW. I don't know if we got any AEW, but, some Wrestling with Weed shirts.
Wrestling-themed shirts.
Yeah, wrestling-themed shirts. Like, subscribe. See you guys next time.